Hello there, and welcome to this session solving tactics on chesstempo.com with the advocate. Today's session is 1800 to 1900. This is actually just the same window from yesterday. I didn't close out of it or anything. So let's have a good session. I'd like to somehow get a back rank check in, maybe. Now the knight could also just hop away. Or I could play queen h4, counter-attacking, but if queen h4, bishop d7, there's queen e7, or queen h5. So, yeah, queen h4. Queen h4, rook d7, queen takes g4, rook takes d4, pawn takes d4, and if queen takes d4, the knight is hanging at the end. Queen h4 seems like the move because there's no way to get the knight out, and there's no way really to add. There's no way to reasonably add another defender. I could think about like f3, but no, because then the if f3, then this rook would be pinned. So yeah, queen h4. No. Knight e5. Knight e5. Knight e5, and somehow that forces the exchange. What's the threat here? Just the bishop. So if the bishop moves back to cover c6, if the bishop moves back to cover c6, h5 drops. I see. That's a shame. That's actually not even that difficult of a problem to see. Unfortunately, I didn't really think of the queen covering the e5 square was the problem. That didn't really occur to me in my head. I was immediately thinking of how to get the knight out, and when I thought knight e5, I wasn't really thinking, the queen covers e5. That was just some early morning blindness from me. Pawn check, king f2, knight d3. Pawn check, king f4, knight d3. After f4 check, how's he gonna stop me from winning the queen? There's no way to stop me from winning the queen after f4 check. That does not deserve such a high rating. What is going on there? Very strange. Um, yeah. because I think like the difficult thing about this position, I suppose, is just trying to find. I guess people are playing knight d3 first to try and get in queen f4 check. Curious. Yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time trying to figure out queen f4, but maybe that was an idea that I missed. Like knight d3 trying to bring the rook over to e6 or something. I mean, the knight's there, but these are ideas, no doubt. Like knight d3, queen e7, queen check, king f2. Oh wait, no, the knight covers f2, so that would be mate. Hmm. White to move, b7, a8, queens. Or I'm sorry, a7, king takes b7, rook check, king a8. No, a7, king takes b7, a8, rook takes a8, rook b1 check, king anywhere, rook takes a8. Six wrong moves in this position. Rook b1, rook b1 to prepare promotion. But the problem with rook b1, I suppose, first of all, you're down a knight. Notice that. And second of all, king a7 should close it down. Yeah. Yeah. King a7 sort of ends the party. I feel like I'm setting up for a mate here. Like if I play rook h7 check, king takes h7, and queen e5, or queen c1. No, if queen c1, there's bishop d2. So queen e queen e2. And how is he going to stop me from delivering queen h5 mate? So rook h7, king takes h7, queen e3, queen takes e6, queen h5 check, king g8, queen g6 check, king h7, queen g7 mate. So rook check, king, queen e2. If queen takes, queen check, king g, queen g, king h8, forced, queen g8, queen g7 mate. Queen e2, queen takes, fails, so rook check, king takes, queen e2. Um, if rook e7, queen check, queen check is mate. Rook g8, queen check is mate. Bishop d2, queen check, bishop h6, queen check is mate. Yeah. Ian Nepomniachtchi with the white pieces. Nepo with the white pieces. I wonder if this is from That Blitz tournament where Nepo got like his big reputation a few years ago. Common mistakes in this position: Queen C1. Yeah, so Queen C1. The problem with the so you'd love to get the queen on C1 because it's a sort of a it's a more intuitive square to get the queen to H6, right? Definitely. There are a couple of problems with Queen C1 though. The first of them is that the immediate queen takes works because of this, yeah. But the second problem is bishop D2, and let's say queen D1 and queen takes C7. So instead, you're going to have to play something like this to defend your bishop. After which, you are down the exchange here, yeah? Yeah, you're down the exchange. One alternate move, in case you found this one, is bishop D5. Which looks like it gets you the exchange back, but I'm not really clear. I'm not clear on why that works. Bishop D5 seems like a very odd move to play. Okay, the threat is knight G5, yeah. But I've done this problem before. Yeah, you can play king D5, no? Knight D5, knight here, king D6, H6, king E7, H7, bishop A1. Or I'm sorry, bishop B2. And my king's going to get to F8. Bishop B2. And yeah. And you can't really stop me from you can't stop me from stopping the pawn. I think I had done this problem 2 times before. I'm not certain why it gave me this problem again, but yeah, um, it's 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 something that I have as a pattern in my brain now. I don't so much need it to. There's not a lot of calculating for me to do there. I just know what to do. So rook takes. Bishop takes. Rook takes, bishop takes, bishop takes a1. Does that work for me? Then I would have 2 pieces for the rook, no? Rook takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. Then it's bishop, bishop, rook. That's 3 minors. 3 minors, 2 rooks against 3 minors and 1 rook. If he recaptures this rook, I recapture this bishop, and then he captures my bishop. Then it's 1 rook, 3 minors, 2 minors. I'm a piece up. So rook take. Okay, this is much easier. I wonder what was wrong with that line. That was a I wanted to play that line just because I wasn't certain about my calculation. Bishop takes b6, and I was saying bishop takes a1, pawn takes, bishop takes, equality. Okay, yeah, so just faulty calculation there by me. Yeah, obviously I don't have 3 minors, because I lose one of them. Stupid. Queen takes d7, rook takes d7, rook c8 check. Unfortunately, there's rook d8. Rook e8, rook takes e8, queen takes d7, queen c1 check, king g2. I'm not really threatening anything. Oh, I'm threatening e8, rook e8. But he could play queen c8. That'd sort of be the end of my parade. Queen c8? No. d6? All right. Loose pieces drop off. What about f4? f4. Queen takes d5. f4. Queen takes d5. So my d5 pawn is under attack, yeah. Uh, rook d7, rook d7, rook e8, check, king h7, rook c8, threatening rook h8, mates, rook d8, rook takes d8, still threatening rook h8, mate. Yeah, that works. So my first instinct was right, but I was checking with the wrong rook. Queen d7, rook d7, rook e8 check, king h7 forced, rook c8 threatening rook h8 checkmate. And he has nothing that he can do. Queen c1 check. I would take the queen. And then I'd be a rook up. Alexander Alekhine. Edgar Cole. Cole with the white pieces of the infamous Cole system. That's an interesting problem. Alexander Alekhine and Cole. Yeah. Very nice. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alekhine is with the white pieces, not Cole. Very nice. And yeah, if King G2, there's G5. Yeah. I was looking at the comments just to get a sort of like feel for what people were saying, but if you try to continue going for mates, first of all, there's queen c8, which would sort of be the same end, but g5 actually saves the game. Wrong moves made in this position, rook c4. I was trying to figure. I was looking at everything in this position. So rook c4 doesn't respond to queen takes d7. Yeah, just a difficult, very difficult problem. Let's just do one more. Okay. So does bishop c5 work? The eternal question. Does it work? Bishop c5. Knight h3. Knight b3. Bishop c5, knight b3. Queen b2. Now if knight takes, queen takes, bishop c5, knight b3. There's also queen c3. But I don't see any reason to go into that particular complication. So yeah, it seems to work. It seems to work. Bishop, knight, queen. Knight takes c1, queen takes b6. And there is no knight e2 check. Knight e2 check, queen takes h2, and let's say if he tries for queen h5, or if he tries for queen f5 with a revealed attack, I would have queen h5, g6, h4. It's fine. Or queen h6. Alright, so yeah, this works. No? What? Bishop. Oh, fuck me. Because the knight hits the... Oh my god. The knight hits the bishop. Oh. It's not the fork, it's the bishop. It's about the bishop. Oh my god. Oh, fuck me. Okay, yeah. That was Vishy Anand with the white pieces. But oh man, that was sad. That was very sad, especially when there's a move like a5 just waiting in the wings. There's just a perfectly reasonable a5 which stops these complications. Ah man. That's so all right, that is the last problem for me though. I'm going to call it there. Thank you so much for being here with me today. That was a disappointing last problem, but uh, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna continue and sort of be on tilt. So thank you so much for studying this with me. I hope that you learned as much as I did. And until the next time, good luck with your chess journey.